Hey, Sister Wives fans. So we have got a Christine Brown shocker. She is suing Kody Brown over Truly Brown's paternity because guess what? He is not her legal father, not on the birth certificate. Probably because when she was born, they were still worried about criminal charges for polygamous, but we're going to dive into all the nuances and specifics of this lawsuit shocker, but definitely click subscribe if you are not following us. So if you remember, Truly was born back in 2010 when they were still in Utah. She was just a baby when they fled Utah in the dark of the night, worried that Cody might be arrested for having multiple wives. Remember, that's when they moved to Vegas. Now, though, Cody is a monogamist. He's just got one wife, Robyn Brown, and Christine wants not just child support out of her ex, but retroactive child support. So Truly is now 14, and Christine left Cody 3 years ago, give or take, late 2021. So not only is Christine suing Cody for child support, back child support, but also for sole custody of their daughter. If we are going to get a Sister Wives season, 20, this lawsuit, a Cody versus Christine bitter battle, that could be a great storyline for next season. So after she left Cody, we saw, Christine pack Cody out, and then she packed her and Truly Brown up. They left Flagstaff and they went to be near other family in Utah. Christine thought this was the best thing for Truly's relationship with her dad, which sounds strange, but basically she thought if Truly was away from Cody, essentially he couldn't screw things up because we did see him devoting most of his time to Robyn Brown's children during the pandemic, before the pandemic, after the pandemic, And if you recall, Cody was furious that Christine moved Truly hundreds of miles away. Back in 2022, when they moved, she said, "I knew I was taking Truly away from her dad. I felt like the best way to preserve Truly's relationship with Cody was to move her away from him." Basically, that way, when Truly did see her dad, hopefully it would be quality time instead of daily neglect because he was busy with other children. So Truly's dad, though, Cody, had a very different take on it while camera talking, and said, "For Christine to think she's saving my relationship with Truly by taking her away from me and just preserving it, such BS," which is pretty minor language for him considering how worked up he's been over the past few seasons. A lot of fans were actually stunned to find out that Cody wasn't listed as the dad on Truly's birth certificate. Fan comments on social media seem to think that they thought Cody was listed as the father on all of his many, many children's birth certificates. They've discussed it on Sister Wives as well, but that's just not true. And, we also have to wonder, since Christine had so many kids with Cody, 6 in fact, if she and the other wives he's not legally wed to might have been getting some sort of state or federal benefits as legally single mothers in Utah, in Nevada, even in Arizona. So that's another reason this could get messy. So Christine Brown filed this lawsuit this past Monday, September 16th, suing Kody Brown in the state of Utah, where she and Truly are residents. And Christine's petition asked the court to establish Truly Brown's paternity and legally state that Kody Brown is her father because he's not on her birth certificate. And in that case, then they can actually have the birth certificate reissued if Truly wants to have one with her dad actually listed. So yeah, Christine is looking for child support, including retroactive payments. What a magic word, retroactive. I would guess that she probably could only get 3 years of back child support from the moment she and Cody broke up. Technically, they shared a home before that point, even though we all know he wasn't around. She might be able to push it back further. Like if he was still, I know, spending like overnights at the house, but he wasn't engaging in intimacy with her. So the court's probably going to have to decide what was their date of split, and I have to guess that a judge, and if there's a jury involved, would have an absolute field day with a polygamous paternity suit. Christine also filed for a domestic relations injunction. This is a type of court order that sets boundaries in a domestic split or divorce for behavior, essentially. So Christine requested that both parties, i.e. her and Cody, are barred from slinging demeaning or disparaging words about each other. At this point, that ship has sailed, but they can bring it back into harbor because both of their sister wives' confessionals, even this season, are rife with tension. Christine says some stuff about Cody, but he honestly, I think, has said much worse stuff about her. That might be really interesting ground for TLC to have to navigate if they do film a season 20, if Christine gets this injunction, because production would pretty much have to put a muzzle on Kody Brown. Between that and Christine digging into his piggy bank, this lawsuit, I think, is going to be very interesting, very complicated, and I'm absolutely here for it. At this point, Cody only has 3 minor children: Truly, who's 14, Solomon Brown, his son with Robyn, who's 12, and Ariella, Cody's daughter with Robyn, who is 8. That's important because if you have a whole pile of minor children, it affects the percentage of your income you have to pay in child support. For instance, in almost every state, if you have more than 10 minor children, kids 11 and counting are basically free. The man doesn't owe any obligation once you hit, deep into double digits on kids. Fortunately, most of his kids are grown. So, as I said, Christine filed the lawsuit in Utah, where child support calculations are pretty complex. Part of the calculation is how many nights they spend in each household. And since Christine's got the lion's share of hers, that should help getting this child support for Truly. At a quick glance, she should be able to get 17% of Cody's income plus additional monies to cover medical expenses and other costs of supporting Truly Brown. So we will have more on this as news comes out. I'm sure Cody is going to file a court reply. I can't wait to read it. We'll bring you more on this as it comes out. Please click subscribe if you're not following us.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.